What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? This your boy Mike, coming at y'all with another video. This video is really directed towards my Michiganders, Detroiters, people that, people that live in Michigan and that know about this enclosed mall called Eastland Mall, which has been on decline for years, like possibly 20 years. It has like been on decline. They were like staying afloat, and they actually still are staying afloat, even though most of the stores in there are just little mom and pop stores. But they have what I'm trying to say, the only anchor stores that they have now are Shoppers World. And if you're from Michigan, you remember Shoppers World back in the day. They came back, and they have K&G Superstore, which I don't really care for K&G Superstore. I mean, they do sell like some designer clothes and stuff, but like they're like really expensive, and I ain't never really seen anything in there that fit my style or taste. So I don't really care for it, but yeah. So if you know the mall, like I said, you know it's struggling, baby, struggling. But anywho, I'm thinking that if the right investor comes along, like somebody that actually gives a damn, because the last couple tenants, one of them was neglecting, like paying the taxes and shit on it, which is crazy to me. And then the person who got it after the other people had it, excuse me, I'm gonna be outside for a second because it's a little cooler out here. But the people that got it after them, like, they didn't do right by it either. And when Macy's left, I said, oh yeah, it may not be open for much longer, but it has stayed afloat. But I'm like, this is what needs to happen. I'm gonna tell you what needs to happen, and then I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I had the money to acquire this property. Of course, I would have to be super rich, but just my thoughts and opinions. What needs to happen is, well, like I said, they need an investor that actually gives a damn and wants to see the revitalization of a once thriving shopping mall. I know internet sales and stuff are, getting more and more popular, but at the end of the day, like, internet sales are kind of sort of putting people out of jobs. So you need to do something to revitalize and bring things back, right? It would be perfect for, if, like I said, somebody that acquires it to say, we're not going to shut it down and just turn it into something else. We're going to bring this mall back and make it more upper echelon. I get that Harper Woods is kind of hood, and especially in the area close to the mall, I get that. And East Point is just like a hop, skip, and a jump, but it's so funny. Like, East Point is literally like across the street from the mall. It's so funny that part of East Point is like, it's like night and day. Like, Harper Woods, but like right across the street where the mall is like ghetto. And the East Point going, right across from the mall, it's probably got like some hood spots there, but it's nothing like Harper Woods. But anyway, somebody was to get this mall, what they need to do is talk to these big store owners, like people of like Saks Fifth Avenue and Bloomingdale's, Lord and Taylor, stores like that. They need anchor stores, good anchor stores. Even bring Macy's back. I know JCPenney is struggling, but I think JCPenney can make a comeback too. Bring a JCPenney's there. Sears could come back if somebody takes it serious, and like, the dude that owns it is a complete dum-dum, because he won't sell it, yet he won't do anything to revitalize it. And see, that's what gets me about these people. They acquire these companies because obviously the original people don't own it. Their family doesn't own it. And the guy that owns it is basically a piece of shit, if you ask my opinion. I don't like stuff like that. If you are interested in buying a property because of, like, it's a store or whatever, you're supposed to actually want to buy it and revitalize it and update it and things like that, because what's the purpose of you acquiring companies to run them into the ground? That's not doing anything good for you. I mean, okay, yeah, you can file bankruptcy, fucking do, but at the end of the day, instead of having to do something like that, I would much rather have a thriving business than to have to file bankruptcy because I done bought something and I did nothing with it but let it basically run into the ground. So like with the mall, what needs to happen is, one, it needs to be like a dress code enforced, because when you go on eastland, all you see is young boys sagging. The element needs to change. Like, they really need to, like if you look a certain way, no, you can't come in here. And I'm not saying that everybody that dressed is a certain way, looks a certain way, is, ghetto or hood, but it's all on how you present yourself. And a lot of the people that work at Eastland, that are actually in like stores that are still like actual stores, not those little mom and pop BS stores that's popping up all in that mall, a lot of them have nasty attitudes. I'm not saying everybody, but there are a lot of them who have, excuse me, the plant. Anywho, a lot of them have horrible, nasty attitudes. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't treat people with respect. But my whole thing is, you the one filled out the application. You're the one, that decided, okay, I want to work here at, say, Foot Action, Foot Locker, Champ Sports, Things Remembered, which that's not at Eastland no more, but I'm just saying, you the one that chose to work in these places. Like me, I work with the public, and the public gets on my nerve, but at the end of the day, I don't come to work negative. I think a lot of people that work at Eastland Mall come to work negative, and I think it's just because, like, the mall is so dank and dead. It's just like, and like I said, it could be revitalized, and if the right person was to come in and buy it and take it serious and, like, bring it into the 21st century so it don't look like something out of the 90s, get some, like I said, high-end stores. You can keep, like, all the shoe stores and stuff that's there. Get a Things Remembered back, like things, just things to actually really revitalize it. I know we live in a time where, some people can't shop maybe like they used to, and this, that, and things and that, but things are looking up. It may not seem like it, but I can tell that things are looking more up now than they have in the last year and a half. They're starting to look up a little bit more. And if things are revitalized, like for instance, they're revitalizing the Westside Mammoth Shopping Center. They're about to put a big, huge Foreman Mills there. Like, if places like that can be revitalized, then a place that's in one of the suburbs of Michigan can definitely be revitalized. It just needs somebody to come in with a full-on structured plan, saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is how long it's going to take. And I'm not even saying they have to close the mall down necessarily. Or even if they had to close it down for a while to get it built. Like, if building on it is done, I say a constant, solid 2-3 months, it could reopen. Because I've seen, like the Walmart I worked at, when they redid it, them redoing it took like 2-3 months tops. They could revitalize it, add another story to it, Like I said, make it look more updated, more appealing to make more people want to shop. And how do you do that? High-end stores have services that they want, and you can still have like the eyebrow threading place. That's totally fine. Make it more upscale though. Don't have it just looking like some little hole in the wall that just moved into the mall. No, make it upscale. Make the clients feel like something. Have like where you can offer them like coffee, tea, and stuff, just or champagne or something, like that. So, me personally, what I would do if I had $1 million to do something like purchase Eastland Mall, I would personally, one, I wouldn't even tear it down. I would just, um, some of it probably would get torn down. Like, I would tear down, I didn't like the way Burlington was set up there. It just looked ghetto. I would probably tear Burlington down. I would get rid of K&G Superstore. Tear that down and turn that into like take both of those and then probably turn, no, not Burlington or K&G. No, actually we would do Shoppers World. Get rid of Shoppers World, move that somewhere else, because that just shouldn't be in a mall. That was not a mall store. It shouldn't be in a mall. And especially not no damn anchor store. So I would get rid of that. And there's still like a second floor in there. Add floors to it, build onto it, turn it into Saks Fifth Avenue. Then I would take the old Macy's building, turn that into what's the other one? Bloomingdale's. Then take Burlington and K&G, turn that into a like a Nordstrom or something, and then build on, take Sears and turn that back into, take Sears and make Sears Macy's. Then I would add stores like Aeropostale, American Eagle, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, the Yankee Candle. I would leave stores like For Men that's there, if it's still there. S&D, I kind of like S&D. They're expensive as hell though, but I kind of really like that store. They're just expensive as hell. Stuff like that. Aeropostale, H&M. We would definitely have to have a Perfume Mania. Have like a nice tech store. A nice, I forget what the name of that one tech store is, but it sounds like a place where you buy suits, but it's an actual tech store. I would have one of those in there. If somebody knows, if you happen to see this video and comment if you know the name of the store that I'm talking about. It sounds like, excuse me, sounds like a company that sells suits, honestly. But yeah, I would do that, bring like all those new stores in, new businesses. That would, one, help revitalize. Two, it would be 24-hour around the clock security at the mall. The mall would be open from 10 a.m. To 10 p.m. The mall will be open. It will be heavily secured by security who was trained to use firearm, and they will also have to have some like military training. So in case stuff go down, they can nip it in the bud. And anybody that would cause trouble in the mall would not be allowed back in the mall. Your picture will be taken and posted up, and that police station that's in the mall, that would still be there. I always thought that was kind of but being where it's at, it's needed. So that police station would be still in the mall. We will have nice jewelry stores like Jared, Hellsberg, which I think is still there. And we could have a little couple little, you know, carts. People had a little store carts or whatever in the middle of the mall. Yeah, we have a good food court. There would be no McDonald's in the food court. No McDonald's. None of that basic stuff. I mean, we would have like a teriyaki restaurant that was like actual Japanese cuisine and not Chinese made to look Japanese. No, it'll be actual Japanese cuisine, and we have a nice authentic Chinese place, a nice Greek, Mediterranean place, a nice Italian place, and then we could have like a Subway, maybe a Subway, or like bring like Jack in the Box here, or like a Jack in the Box, a Sonic, you know, something like that. We have a GameStop. We have a big GameStop too. It wouldn't be one of them little rinky-dink ones. It'd be a big one, and um, I would get it to where they sold everything, like old systems and things like that. Like bring all that stuff back, cause stuff like that is making a comeback. Like it's just, I think it's so much potential for Eastland Mall. I really, really do think it's a lot of potential for that mall. I personally, another thing I would do, it would be glass elevators in there. They would have nice upscale escalators. Like it wouldn't be painted those old drab colors either. It would be vibrant and bright. That's another thing that promotes life, vibrancy, and being bright. Like you can't just have um like some old beige and cream. Like that's boring as hell. Liven it up a bit. Make people want to come and shop. I'm not saying that people don't still shop there, because people do, but a lot of people would rather go out to the malls further out because there's way more high-end stores, and like they have just more stuff. I know like the enclosed mall is dying, so to speak, but there are still some malls out there that are still like really thriving and vitalizing, like Lakeside Mall in Michigan. What else is the enclosed mall? Not Partridge Creek, that's an open air mall. Lakeside, Oakland Mall is doing better than Eastland. Oakland Mall, what is the other one? It's in Troy. Somerset Mall. Like they have two sides. They have the what is it, the north and the south side. One with the real expensive stores, and one with the not so expensive stores. And that's exactly how Eastland could be, and it could legit come back. I also would not get rid of Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't necessarily think those should be part of a mall, even though they're like detached from the mall. They're still a part of the mall, basically. So I would not get rid of them, because those are two big money makers. It's just why they're still there. So I would definitely not get rid of them. There'd be a nice posh movie theater inside there, because Eastland ain't had a movie theater in a month or so. Bump a month Sundays, about 20 years of Sundays. It ain't been no theater at the mall. I would wanna like be in talks with what is Ralph Lauren's daughter name? Is her name Dylan? The one that owned Dylan's Candy Bar. Be in talks with her to have like one of those there. Have like a FAO Suite or Schwartz, whatever it is. A knowledge store. If the Disney store is still around, have a Disney store in there. Like it's just so much that could be done. And I would get rid of that whole kiddie play area. I would have like a storefront in the basement or something. There would be an area dedicated for kids, which would be monitored by a security guard. Just to make sure everything's safe and kids, being safe and doing right or whatever. And what else? Oh, it will be like more glass doors, more skylights. It will have like the stuff hanging. I will have uh, like crystals and things hanging from the wall. I mean the ceilings and whatnot, or what have you. Um, and the food court, it would have lights hanging in the food court, but they wouldn't be no like it's not like old basic lights. They would be like something a little more amped and elevated and elegant. Yeah, that's like the type of plans that I have for stuff that I want to do. I don't ever want to do nothing halfway, and I truly think, like I said, if the right person comes along and acquires Eastland and one likes the challenge, but two was like serious about truly revitalizing a property that they buy and making it better than what it was, I truly think Eastland can make a comeback. It might take a few years, but hopefully whoever acquires it does not tear it down. I really don't think it should be torn down. I really don't think the inside enclosed mall should die off either. Some maybe, but I really think like that would be something that would be actually beneficial to not just the city of Harper Woods, but even the city of Detroit. You have to think about that because Detroit, and I'm from there, and I talk a lot of shit about Detroit, and I can do that because I'm from there. So I can say what I want to about Detroit because I do have my feelings on Detroit, but like that would be like a good look. Another thing that needs to happen, and this is aside from the mall, but like in the city of Detroit, like police need to be paid more in the city of Detroit because they deal with a lot of shit in the city of Detroit, and a lot of these people, I don't care if it's even minor crimes. If people are dumb enough to get in trouble multiple times, then they asses need to be locked up for multiple years, and then just maybe um, some of these people can be rehabilitated because a lot of little boys and kids out here thinking that they thugs, thinking that they hard and all that. That's the problem I have with Detroit. There's too many people there thinking that they hard. Like, why does everything have to resort to gun violence and stuff like that? Which is another problem that the mall has had. There have been people that have been murdered at this mall. That's because the security there is a joke. Like, why even have the security guards that I be seeing there? I'm like, they be looking like Otis from Martin, even if they young. They be looking like Otis from Martin. Like, what are you protecting? And a lot of them, they be shit. I think some of them might be in cahoots with some of the foolishness that goes on, just because of how like it's just they be some of them be looking sloppy and sovereign. Now they have police in there from time to time, but like police need to be there all the time, 24/7. When the mall's open and when it's closed, it needs to be armed security guards in each part of the parking lot, monitoring everything that's going on. That needs to be an ongoing thing, because that'll stop a lot. They need to be armed, and like I said, they need to have some military in their background as well. I truly believe that if that was to happen, that mall could definitely make a comeback. And if anybody was to ever, like I said, come and try to steal, things like that, they should be banned from the mall. Their picture should be taken and it should be posted in the police station downstairs and inside of the mall. And there needs to be facial recognition for people that come in, so it can know that if you somebody that's not supposed to be in there, like all doors will automatically lock because you're not supposed to be in there, and something will tell you that you are not allowed in the store. That may sound ghetto and hood, but I mean, honestly, that's what needs to happen because nobody should be getting shot over a pair of shoes at the mall. I don't care. That's why I don't like Jordans like that. And I said I would never wear a pair of Jordans again. I mean, I've seen a few pair lately where I'm like, those are cute. I'd consider wearing them. But I just don't like Jordans. I really don't like him because of something that came out his mouth. Um, but like, nobody deserves to die over a pair of shoes. It's not that fucking serious. Not to me. I just can't see myself. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, oh. I can't get the new Jordans. Oh, so I'm gonna kill somebody. Like, I don't get that. Like, why would you want to end somebody's life because, excuse me, you can't have a stupid pair of tennis shoes? I know I done went off a little more on a rant, but y'all know, if you watch my videos, you know I'm a little extra and all over the place, and that's fine, totally fine. But yeah, seriously, if you're from Detroit or Michigan and you know this mall and you've been there and you think what I think, or you have your own opinions on how you would revitalize it if it was something that you could afford to do, let me know. Leave it down in the comments below. So I'm gonna end this video because I want to go in the house and I want to eat these chips because I finally found these. I've never seen these in Washington, and as I'm moving, I find them. I'm annoyed. But anywho, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anyone and everyone you know. Trying to make something happen on this channel. And since we're moving and we'll kind of have a area that's more conducive to making videos and doing more projects, more content will be coming. So like, comment, subscribe, share it with anyone and everyone you know. Once again, trying to make something happen on this channel, and I'm going to keep saying it until something happens, because if you speak it into existence, it shall be so. Deuces.